Hello, girls and boys. Welcome to Storytime Fun. We hope you enjoy it.
Today's story is called The Sky is Full of Stars by Franklin M. Branley. On a clear, dark night, go outside and look at the stars. The stars are to the east of you and to the west. Stars are north of you and south of you. Stars are overhead. They're all around you. The sky is full of stars. All of the stars are far, far away. Many stars are so far away you cannot see them without a telescope. Some stars are so far away you cannot see them even with the biggest telescope in the world. When you first look at the sky, the stars may all seem alike to you, but take your time, look for a while, and you will begin to see differences. Some stars are brighter than others. You may see half a dozen or so that are very bright. If it's a very clear night, you may see that stars have colors. You may see that some stars are white, some are red, some are blue, and some are yellow. Yay! You may see stars that are in one part of the sky early in the evening have moved to another part later that same evening. That's because stars rise and set just as the sun does. When a star is rising, it's in the eastern sky. Later on that night, the star will be in the western sky. It will set below the horizon just as the sun does. At different times of the year, you will see different stars in the sky. On a clear night in December, you might see a very bright blue star. Its name is Sirius. But if you look for Sirius in June, you won't be able to find it. On June nights, Sirius is on the other side of the world. Summer stars are different from winter stars. People who lived long ago looked at the stars a lot. They saw groups of stars in the sky. They imagined that the groups made pictures. They saw a lion in the sky, a bull, a hunter, a rabbit, a big dog and a little one, birds, fishes, and other things. Now we call the star pictures constellations. In the whole sky, there are 88 constellations. Have you ever tried to find the constellations? One of them is the Great Bear. You may have already seen a part of it, the part that is called the Big Dipper. The Big Dipper is easy to find, but it's harder to see the rest of the bear, its feet and legs and head. When you look for the constellations, you must use your imagination, just as people did long ago. Suppose you were to start in February at about 9 p.m. It's dark by then, so you can see the stars. Go outside and face south. To find which way is south, just remember where the sun sets. It sets in the western sky. So stand so your right side is toward the west, and you'll be facing south. As you look south, you will see 7 bright stars quite high in the sky. They are part of the constellation called Orion. Orion is the brightest constellation in the winter sky. Ancient stargazers thought this group of stars looked like a hunter. They called the 2 bright stars at the top of the constellation the shoulders of Orion. Above the shoulders are dimmer stars that make an arm of Orion and his club. In his left hand, Orion holds a shield. The 2 bright stars at the bottom of the constellation are his knees. The 3 bright middle stars are his belt. The stars that make Orion's belt are called Alnitak, Alnilam, and Mintaka. Some of the names of the stars sound strange to us. That's because they're not English words. Hundreds of years ago, the Arabs and Persians named many of the stars. Today, we still use many of those names. February is also a good time to look for Sirius. It will be to the left of Orion and a little below it. Sirius is the brightest star in the night sky. It is brighter than all the other stars, except the sun. In springtime, you will see different stars. In the middle of April, face south at about 9 p.m. Look for a bright star. It will be almost directly in front of you and quite high up in the sky. The star is called Regulus. A little above Regulus, look for 5 stars in the shape of a question mark, turned backward. The question mark is the head of the constellation called Leo the Lion, the main constellation of spring. Regulus is the heart of the lion. To the left of Regulus, you will see 3 stars that make a triangle. One of the stars is a bit brighter than the other 2. It marks the tail end of the lion. The middle of August is a good time to see the stars of summer. As soon as it's dark, look south. You will see 3 bright stars high in the sky: Vega, Deneb, and Altair. Each is a different constellation. The star to the right, Vega, is the brightest star in the constellation. Lyra. Lyra means lyre, a small stringed instrument used long ago. The bright star to the left of Vega and a bit above is Deneb. Deneb is the constellation Cygnus, the swan. Lower down is the bright star Altair. It is in the constellation Aquila, the eagle. If the sky is dark and clear, you will be able to see the Milky Way. Summer is the best time to see it. People used to think it was a weather cloud. It looked milky, that's why they gave it the name. Later, when people looked at the Milky Way through a telescope, they discovered that it's really billions and billions of stars. The stars are very far away and very dim. They seem to blend together into a cloud of stars. At about 9 p.m. in October, face south. Nearly overhead, you will see 4 bright stars. They make a square. They are the body of a very unusual horse. This horse is upside down, and it has wings. It is the constellation of Pegasus, the flying horse. Look at the picture to see where its head, legs, and wings are. That will help you find them in the sky. As you find the constellations, or even before, you can make your own pictures of them. Ask someone to help you cut out both ends of a coffee can. Then, cut a hole in the plastic lid that comes with the can. The hole should be just large enough so the end of a flashlight fits through it. 1. Cut out 4 pieces of cardboard, each large enough to cover the end of the coffee can. 2. Mark the stars of a constellation on each piece of cardboard. 3. Have someone help you punch holes through the stars with a sharp nail. Twist the nail to make the holes as round as possible. And 4. You can sandpaper the edges of the holes to make them smooth. If you have a dull black paint, you could paint the inside of the can. Hold or tape the cardboard over the one end of the can. In a dark room, point the can at a wall or the ceiling and turn on the flashlight. You will see a picture of the constellation you drew. It will not be as clear and as bright as, say, Orion really is, but the picture will help you to remember the shape of the hunter in the sky. Now you know a few of the brightest stars and constellations in the sky. If you keep stargazing, soon you will know your way all around the sky. Maybe someday you'll travel all over the world, far to the north and to the south. When you do, you'll see more and more constellations. Someday you may see all the constellations in the whole sky. Only a few people know them all. That's sure a good start. That's it for today. See you next time.